Hey guys, how are you doing today? I hope your week started off well. Mine's okay, but it is what it is. This is Red Orca. I'm bringing you another Halo Wars video today. This one is a 2v2 on docks. I haven't put up a 2s video in a while, so I guess it's kind of overdue, right? But anyway, it's me and KP Layouts versus Mr. Sexy Forge and DC Sparta. They're running Anders Arbiter and we're running Anders Brute, with me being Brute, KP Layouts being Anders, Mr. Sexy Forge being Anders, and DC Sparta being Arbiter. So I'm going to go over there and scout and see when I can expect to see that Arbiter out, just because it would be nice to know when we have to start worrying about him. I went Temple second this game. I guess I could have gone first facing this combo, but once I had Temple started building, I wasn't going to delete it. I want to get over there as fast as possible, try to do as much damage on offense, and keep that Arbiter on their side of the map if I can. So with that in mind, with me going second, I'm not going to really stop and pick up that money. Sorry, excuse me, too much money with my chieftain, like that money off the side of my base isn't on my way. So I'm just going to go straight there. I'd like to get it, but really the idea with Brute is to get over there as fast as possible and not delay yourself. So I'm just going to let it sit. But basically, going to try to get on their side of the map. I do think, in my opinion, that they have the combo advantage for this map. Docks is one of the more fair maps in this game. I think a lot of people are pretty aware that no map is perfectly balanced. There's always something like one reactor shoots at the rebels, one doesn't. You can pelican on terminal on one side, not the other. Docks is not perfectly symmetrical either, but it's close to fair map. But either way, the Arbiter still has the advantage. So I want to just try to do as much damage early as possible, because it can be hard to catch up. Because if I get shut down, then my teammate has to 1v2, and that's just not fair. Right now what I'm doing is I'm putting a Brute in their sniper tower as requested by KP Layouts, just because this way he can use it to get extra vision on the Arbiter and really know when that Arbiter is coming to our side of the map to go hunt hogs. So that's the purpose of that. And he definitely comes in handy, so that little Brute is very useful. But right now I'm just going to try to get some more of them in this hook over here, so I can stay over on their side of the map, stay on the Anders Expo without being bothered, and kind of fail at that a little bit. I have that very unhealthy Brute in there, but there you go. Sparta is right on me to stop that, so I kind of failed a little, but what can you do, right? Except do it better next time. I'll say this: these guys, we definitely knew we were in for a good game. Both of them stopped playing pretty much before I started. Like, what I've heard of DC Sparta, um, I've heard of Sexy Forge's other account, Dawn of War. So I was just like, okay, this should be interesting. But yeah. Either way, always definitely happy to be playing good games. So it was like, all right, this is cool. I'm pretty much hugging this little garrison like a bitch right now, though, because I have the hogs and the Arbiter on me, and just I don't want anything to do with it. The idea there is that garrison lets it so I can go ahead and damage their hogs and keep the Arbiter off of me. So that's the idea there. Apologies for me not looking around and really focusing on the Brute. I really just wanted to get those Brutes in the hook, so I was kind of focused. But you'll notice that Sniper is highlighting that Arbiter is headed to our side of the map, so KP had the right idea with sticking that there. So, no, he's coming back. But either way, it's useful to have as much vision as possible, just because it can definitely help your game. But, okay, he's back on me. I'm just going to continue to try to stack. Well, I'm actually continuing to try to put Brutes through, not really stacking, which I suppose I should have actually, looking back, I could have locked it and put them through instead of putting them through one at a time to die. But my inherit chieftain is not inheritance, which is why I'm walking around back there, because I really, really, really don't want to eat that grunt, because then it would just be game over. As I said before, if I mess up, then my teammate has to 1v2, and so that'll be Anders versus Anders Arby, and that's just not fair. So, but you'll notice KP is on their side of the map, also on offense, also helping attack Sexy Forge's base. So it's the idea there. Um, just basically staying on offense as much as possible with Anders Brute. We want to hit them really hard. We don't want to let this go late game. So that's why you'll notice KP has, I'm not looking at it, but he has some hogs up here. Actually, right now, Sexy Forge has a lot more hogs. So, this is why KP is using that Garrison Brute to his advantage and kind of staying close to it. Okay, so right now, the Arbiter is going ahead and dropping grunts on my base into the pads because I was going to go haul just because air is so useful against Goss. And so he's grunting those down so I can't have those.
Local units. Local units. Local units.
Yeah, I kind of messed that up right there. But
local units. Local units.
Right now they're not really. I mean, it's their Arbiters on offense against me. We're on offense against their Anders. So if we can put their Anders behind, since I'm only really going Brutes right now, it doesn't matter that I'm getting stripped. As long as, but we pretty much are going to have to try to finish this base.
Local units. Local units.
I'm not looking at them, but KP's bases, as you notice, are in pretty good shape, although the hogs are going onto our side of the map right now.
Enemy engagement. Local units. Local units. Local units.
Alright, again, I regret not looking to show you what KP is doing. The initial thought was we were both going to record, and he was going to show it from his perspective and me from mine, kind of like splice the video. He's done that before with other people, but he didn't end up saving his due to sometimes cap cards mess up. So you're only really getting to see this from my perspective, so I apologize for that. But right now it's looking like this base is going to die since he's got Goss.
Local units. Local units. Local units.
The Arbiter is back on D, but that D bomb right there, even though there's only a couple hogs with only a couple brutes, we're going to be able to kill this base.
Local units. Local units.
So no issue there. And I'm going to go try walk over to the left side of the Arbiter base and see what I can do to his base on offense. And that's because KP already scouted it, and they have DC Sparta has a back turret over there on the right side, so can't really go through that way. Well, you can. I could, but it wouldn't be really smart. So right now their Anders is down a base. Knife's bases are doing pretty okay. He's back there clearing off that back base with his remaining hogs. Yellow did have more than him for a while, but I think we're in good shape now. But at Arbiter, DC Sparta has gone shield, so I'm going to go walk over to the Anders base instead. And again, this chieftain is an inheritance. I think everyone knows I didn't buy it, so I just have brutes. So none of the stuff's really going to make it over there and survive. Yeah, see, the Arbiter's taking care of all those brutes before I can really do anything with them. And I'm still going to try to go haul, I guess, but and I could see about getting a heal from my teammate, which he definitely said what he would be willing to do, but I don't know. I was not confident at keeping that chieftain alive, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to air. Also, that'll be good for I can scout my scout their base, see if they're buying it. Oh, and I had the fun thing. If you notice the bottom, this doesn't relate to the game, but my Xbox 360 started messing up and all my old messages started resending themselves to me, which does make it lag a little, so that was fun during the game. I'm going ahead and I'm putting that one brute in right here. It's not necessarily the best spot for it, but I thought they were going to push up on him on offense, and they kind of stop in the middle and they don't come through here, so that brute was poorly placed at this time. So that was my thought process there for putting it there, but it might have been better off to walk him towards the one in the center. But right now, Knife is able to come up and kill that Arbiter, and kill those hogs, and that brute is still in that sniper tower providing vision. I'm surprised he's alive, but so one, especially with having 3 bases to the 2, and them having lost it and having to rebuy it, Knife is definitely at an advantage for number of hogs. I try to place another brute for vision, just because it's worked out so well. Possibly probably should have just stuck him in the center though, since that other one is so close to dead. But that's pretty much what I was thinking with putting brutes around the map, since I don't want my teammate to waste money to heal that chieftain, and he's pretty much dead anyway, so I'm using it as a brute delivery service. But now Knife is able to push up on Mr. Sexy Forge on offense, start doing damage to his base, stripping him. He's hitting him instead of the Arbiter just because of one of that shield. Yeah, Goss does punch through shields pretty quickly, but with that Anders down to 1 base, he's going to do a lot more damage to their team just by hitting the Anders. Who does still have hogs, as you can see, so...
Boost research.
Okay, so their Arbiter is back out.
All units. Local units.
And I'm just trying to right there to see if he's buying that base, which I guess wouldn't make sense for them to do with all the green hogs in the back, but it looks like right now Sexy Forge is trying to kill... Well, Sparta and Forge are trying to kill as many of KP's hogs as possible right now to try to keep that base from dying, because if it does, game is over. Well, at this point, the game pretty much is over, so, I mean, at this point, we would have to mess up pretty badly for them to come back. But, I mean, stranger things have happened, and I've definitely been in games where it's happened, so, it's always worth trying. So, and again, like I said, they are a really good team, and often when the mistake is made, it's me making it. So, I think that goes without saying, though. But, Sexy Forge is going ahead and rebuying that base, since he still does have quite a bit of Goss with the Arbiter on his team. And, so they're going to come up and fight, and since I have Banshees, there aren't going to really be much use in that fight. I'll try to get that brute up there for vision, but yeah, he's just going to get killed. So as soon as they come through, I'm going to go fly over and try to kill that Expo, since till they're Tech 2, that's pretty much what Banshees are good for, if you ask me. Just boost Banshees don't really fight Goss all that well. So they're pushing back to KP Layout's 3rd base, the Arbiter and the Hogs, and fighting that.
Local units.
And Arbiter dies, and right when the Arbiter dies, their Anders quits, and the Forge quits, and, well, thank you for watching my game. Try to get up another video later this week.